Hello everyone, this is Pirate Video, and today is April the 2nd, 2013. Today's issue is North Korea, and I want to discuss a few matters there. We have some escalation growing on that peninsula. Pyongyang has officially stated that they are now reopening a old nuclear facility, uranium enrichment plant that originally closed down in 2010. And beyond that, they have escalated movements of their military units to the border of South Korea. Kim Jong-un, the son of Kim Il, the previous leader of North Korea, has come up not even almost a year now into his power, and I believe about a year or so. And he has now proposed that he is now taking matters to save North Korea from any aggressors, his words, of outside Western forces, such as the United States in particular. So Kim Jong-un is massing his forces on the border, and with units of infantry, tank battalions, Air Force, you name it. Not only that, he has constantly stated now that he's gonna, if provoked, he will attack United States bases in South Korea. This is a matter that is escalating as I speak to now, and this Kim Jong-un seems to be that he wants to put a little status of where he is now and say that he is in charge, he is not to be messed around with, and he is not taking anything lightly. So to say that United States forces in South Korea are in danger of this attack. We have about 35 to 40,000 soldiers there staged in South Korea, and his missiles are targeting these bases. They are on the target list, and he had vowed to eradicate that peninsula of any imperialist forces of the United States. Quote from Kim Jong-un. Okay, this matter, what you see going on now with North Korea threatening to invade and destroy our bases in South Korea, invading South Korea, is a very dangerous situation. North Korea is a nuclear capable of attacking and bombing these areas. Nuclear capability, okay? Not only conventional, but nuclear capability. Up to now, I have not heard of Obama administration or Obama himself on any matter pertaining to this situation. You have a situation here with millions of lives at stake, not to mention American lives. Our soldiers in South Korea are sitting ducks to this threat from Kim Jong-un. And if proposed, Kim Jong-un will attack South Korea. He had made videos, he had made statements, he had escalated movements of army units into the border of South Korea. He had threatened over and over again on retaliating and annihilating American forces on the peninsula. Now, I want you guys to understand something here, is that we have a situation where this country, North Korea, is over and over for years now, through the Bush administration, constantly detonated nuclear devices, constantly shot missiles to see the range and capability and so forth of these nuclear missiles that they have. They have gone against Bush's will, against Bush's knowledge, and now doing the same with the Obama administration. I have not heard from Mr. Obama. I have not heard from Hillary Broomstick Clinton, and I have not heard from the new elected, or I should say, put in place, our new Secretary of State, Jim Perry, who has who has had said nothing. All three has said nothing about this escalation and threats from North Korea. Yet what we hear on the news is that Hillary Clinton, Mr. President Obama, and others, John McCain, all the others that you heard in the previous administration and now, we have not heard anything from these people. We have not heard anything pertaining to these threats from North Korea, endangering the lives of our soldiers, endangering the lives of the South Koreans, millions of people at stake, and not a word from our administration, not a word from our leadership here. But we do hear from them is that if Assad from Syria uses chemical warfare against the terrorist foreign fighters that we put in there to destabilize that country, to have a regime change in that country, Mr. Assad, the president of Syria, is trying to save his country, and now we stating false claims that Assad is using chemical weapons or wants to use chemical weapons to save his nation, that if he does so, Obama's words were that if Assad uses the chemical weapons against these fighters, or rebels they call them, which they are nothing more than foreign terrorist insurgents that were put in there on behalf of Israel and the United States to again destabilize that nation, to rid Assad and have a regime change in that country. Now, if Mr. Assad does use chemical weapons, according to President Obama, that is Obama's red line of do not cross. If he does cross it, Assad crosses that, we will bomb and invade Syria if necessary. Now here you have a country on a civil war for over 2 years now. A civil war against terrorists and foreign fighters that were put in that country to destabilize that country, and is now in shambles and ruins because of the bidding of Israel. Our foreign policy has destroyed so many nations. We could go on for Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, and now Syria. All on behalf of the state of Israel. We see, or we speak of Syria as a threat to America, as a threat to the world peace, as a threat to other nations. We see Iran as a threat to world peace, as a threat to other nations around the world. Yet Syria, who's in shambles of a civil war, or Iran, who has no nuclear weapons, and has none of these two nations has never attacked or threatened the United States in any way, or any other nation. for that matter. But yet we constantly look at these two nations as a threat to world peace, as a threat to other nations around them, or as a threat to the United States in some way, or what have you, whatever they conjure up. But yet North Korea, who is a nuclear powered nation, who has a nuclear capability of shooting their missiles and destroying our American bases there, annihilating our American forces there in South Korea. Not to mention our allies in South Korea, the people themselves. We don't hear them as a threat. We don't hear them as being a world threat to the world peace and world and everything else. It's been silenced from what I hear. Nothing from Obama's administration mentioning this. Nothing from Hillary Clinton. Nothing from John McCain. Nothing from any of the above. What we do hear is constantly saying that maybe we should go into Syria. Maybe we're going to be doing invasion or bombing of Iran soon because of their nuclear program. Iran's nuclear program is based on nuclear power for peaceful means of energy for their homes and cities and government facilities, their infrastructure, their factories, and so forth. Iran, once again, Iran is a member of the IAEA, International Atomic Agency, where they oversee these uranium enrichment plants and make sure that these are safe and not making any nuclear bombs and so forth. It has been said time and time again that United States inspectors, UN inspectors went into Iran and verified there is no way Iran is near any bomb. Okay? And as for Syria, Syria is in shambles because we, along with Israel, had thrown in foreign fighters, these terrorists that they threw in there to destabilize Syria, to destroy Syria, and have a regime change in Syria. Just like we did in Iraq, just like we did in Libya, just like we did in Afghanistan. Well, there's other differences of these countries, why and how and this, but they're all the same matter. They're all the same purpose. I just want to say is that North Korea, a nation which is nuclear capable of shooting our American bases in South Korea, who has threatened to do so, made videos on national TV in North Korea that they are attacking and destroying American bases. What if Iran did the same thing, saying that they're going to attack with their conventional forces, attack American bases in Iraq? What if Iran stated that if America intervenes or what have you in their nuclear program, that they're going to attack us in some way or another? What will we say about Iran in this matter? Oh wow, I know that. The terrorist word. This rogue terrorist state of Iran. What if Syria said, well, now that you guys have now that the United States and Israel has managed to put in foreign terrorist fighters into Syria to do what they did now, murdering innocent men, women, and children. These are death squads that they put in there and now put Syria in shambles. What if Assad stated that he was going to go now and attack American military who was stationed in Iraq, or maybe attack Israel for their intervention into Syria? What would we say then? Will we call them terrorists, rogue nation, threatening world peace, Iran threatening world peace? Well, if so, which they didn't, if so, why not North Korea? North Korea stated constantly when the Bush administration was on with Bush Jr., Kim Jong-il would detonate nuclear devices on and off, all over, time and time again, and shooting their missiles to see the capability of their ranges and so forth. Now, his son Kim Jong-un has threatened now to a full-scale war with South Korea along with our forces to rid South Korea of the imperialist United States American army there. This is his words, to rid of the imperialist American forces there. And by doing so, he will use his chemical nuclear forces to do that. Yet, remember the Obama administration, Bush, or John McCain, who's always quick to jump to any occasion that Iran opens its mouth to say something, he's quick to respond to them as a rogue terrorist state. John McCain has nowhere in sight of North Korea's actions, of threats to invade and destroy American lives, the American bases, the American servicemen and women over there. We have 35 to 40,000 American soldiers based in South Korea. North Korea has stated time and time again, just recently, time and time again, with Kim Jong-un threatening to invade and destroy the American bases and men over there. Not a word from President Obama, not a word from John McCain, not a word from Hillary Clinton, none of the above. Yet, what I do hear is that the believe the Secretary of State, the new Secretary of State, is forgive me if I get his name wrong. Jim Perry. I'm going to correct myself where I have it wrong. I don't have it at the moment. John Perry. Okay? John Perry, I'm sorry about that. John Perry, who has mentioned in Congress that we will be soon getting ready for a war with Iran. And it's soon going to be easier done. Imagine that. At the same time, we're listening to North Korean threats, which they have a nuclear capability of annihilating our American soldiers in South Korea. And they are doing so now, preparing for possibly an invasion or a war or what have you. Might be just rhetoric that's going on. It might be just talk. It might be just blabbermouthing. But where is John McCain? Where is Hillary Clinton? Where is Obama on this matter? We have all out threats against our American lives in South Korea. I hear nothing about it. Yet, John Kerry, along with John McCain, are preparing Congress to have a war with Iran. Iran, who has no nuclear weapons, has never mentioned to attack America, who have never did attack America. And we also have plans of going into to Syria. We stated to Assad that if he crosses the line by using chemical weapons, to defend himself and his country from these terrorists that we put in there, that we would bomb him, or even possible a ground invasion into Syria. Imagine that. We're meddling into a civil war that's been ravaging for over 2 years now, that we created on the behalf of Israel. Israel and the United States have formulated this regime change in the Middle East and other countries. Don't get this mixed up here. This is all a scene of which the United States and Israel formulated for the Israel's benefit, and nothing more, nothing less.